Alright, part 2 of my weekend discussion. Well, after I got to my mom's house and I was like crying, I was the only when I was like sobbing and I couldn't like tell her what was going on, the only thing I could like muster to say was I just want to go home, and so I was like putting all my stuff in my bag. I wasn't even like putting it away nicely. I was just shoving it all in there, and we started driving home, and then Ryan Crawford was texting me, and he asked me if I could hang out, and I was already like halfway home, but like I really didn't want to go home, like anywhere but home. Like I didn't want to go home and have to like cry in my bed for hours and wait until I fall asleep, and then probably just stay up all night crying the whole night. I didn't want to do that. I needed human interaction that wasn't gonna fuck me or wasn't gonna take advantage of me, So, yeah, I went to Crawford's house, and we just hung out for a little bit. At first we were by ourselves, and we were kind of just watching, like, he kept going through all my videos on my channel, and I was like, why are you making me watch my face right now? Like, I don't usually watch my videos, when I, after I'm done making them. Very rarely will I ever do that, but, only every once in a while when I feel like when I'm like, wait, did I make any sense in that video? And I have to go back and be like, okay, yeah, I think they can piece that together, kind of thing, and then I'll put something in the description if something's not clear. But, I never really, like, sit there and watch them. If I record 15 minutes, and then somewhere in that 15 minutes I fuck up, it's not like I'm gonna re-record that 15 minutes. Like, no, it's going up on the internet, because I just recorded 15 minutes worth of audio. I can't edit these. I don't have, like, a program for them. I could probably get it, but I don't really know, how or what, and, So, anyways, back to my story. Me and Crawford were sitting there watching videos, and then, his friend Caleb came over, and, we were just hanging out, and then we started watching The Human Centipede 2. Really fucking disgusting, by the way. I haven't seen the first one, but I have seen most of the second one. And then his friend Zach came over, and they were playing this with this weird, like, vibrator thing. Like, it had needles. It was kind of like a claw, and it, like, you could put, like, on your head or something, or it was like a scalp massager. I don't fucking know. I hope it was something you put on your head, because they were all putting it on our heads. And it felt weird, and I didn't really like it, but they kept playing with that, and, we kept, like, shouting at the TV, like, oh my god, and, like, holy shit, and Zach was like, I would beat the shit out of that nigger, or something like that, because Zach tries to be, like, a baller. He's actually really a prick. I didn't take him for one at first. I just thought that maybe, like, because he didn't know me, he didn't like me or something, because we kind of would make eye contact every so often, and I was kind of just like, I don't know if he likes me, but I didn't really know him, so I didn't really care. And when I left, apparently the movie got super disgusting right after I left, and Ryan was texting me the whole time, and and he was like, I'm bored, and I was like, aren't you hanging out with your friends? He's like, no, I sent Zach away. I was like, why? And he goes, he pissed me off. I said, how? He said, he referred to you as a bitch instead of a woman. I was like, does he have a problem with me? He's like, no, that's just how he talks about women. But he said, bro, your bitch is hot. And I was like, honestly, when I received that message, I laughed so freaking hard. Like, it was honestly very funny to me. Like, I'm still laughing about it because he was so pissed off about it, but I thought it was hilarious because, like, I was like, I guess it's a compliment, but yeah, he's a prick, like, I don't know, man. And then, I guess he mentioned something about my arms, too, and that just, like, set Ryan off even more, because, like, when Caleb, like, at some point, before Zach came over, Caleb walked out of the room, or I think his name's Caleb. Yeah, it's Caleb. Caleb walked out of the room, and so me and Ryan were just sitting there on the couch, doing, like, watching whatever we were watching. I don't know if we were watching The Human Centipede yet or not, but yeah, I had, a button-up shirt on, but the sleeves were, rolled up, because that's how I usually wear them, and I know I have scars on my arms, like, no shit, but, I'm not really, they're just scars. I mean, like, if I was gonna have, like, fresh cuts, yeah, I wouldn't be showing them off, but, they're just scars. Everyone knows they're there. I mean, Ryan knew, I think, that I had them. So it's like everyone I know knows that they're there, so I shouldn't be ashamed of it. I'd prefer to have my sleeves up anyways. So I had him up, and he was like, okay, I gotta do this real quick. And I was like, what? And he just grabs my arm, and he starts, like, twisting my arm this way and that. Oh, wait, wrong arm. Yeah, he starts twisting my arm this way and that, like, looking at all of them. And I guess, that one right there, that, dark one right there, like, he was like, is that new? And I was like, no, it's probably just, like, a couple months old or something. And he was like, I don't know. He's like, are you lying to me? I was like, no. And he's like, there's not any on your leg that I wouldn't be able to see. I was like, no, Ryan. I seriously don't. Like, you want to check? I have no recent ones. They're all scars. And so he was like, okay, I just, I want to make sure that you weren't, doing anything stupid. And I was like, okay. So I mean, I guess it's nice. He was looking out for me and stuff. It's just that it came out of nowhere, like, wait, I have to do this, and grabs my arm, But yeah, it was good hanging out with him and his friends, even though we were watching the most disgusting movie I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, it was good to not be home to mope and sulk. Let's see what else happened. That was Sunday. Okay, yesterday. Oh, fuck. Fucking yesterday. Okay. Well, I didn't feel good when I woke up, so I stayed home. And I didn't go to the junior high youth either, which was kind of sad. But my body was not feeling it, and I was just so tired. So, like, first thing in the morning, of course, Ryan Crawford texted me. And we're kind of talking in and out throughout the day, and I was kind of just hanging out all day. And then when it got to nighttime, like, nothing was really happening, and Ryan Crawford's just like, Skype or FaceTime, and I was like, Skype. So we were just Skyping on our phones, video chatting, and I think I bit my lip. It hurts. I get this message from Ryan Stevens, and I guess his girl had broken up with him, and I was like, shit. Like, and Ryan, if you're watching this, don't be, like, offended about what I'm gonna say, because I really don't mean it to be, like, you're a pussy kind of way. I mean it, like, I feel like you're a lot more sensitive than you let on sometimes. Like, not to say that you're just a complete wimp, and you're like, oh my god, it's so, like, how could you say that? That hurts, kind of thing. I just mean, like, I think that you take a lot in, and oftentimes you don't express it, which is part of what is hurting you, like, that you, that it'll build up inside of you and just, like, eat away at your insides and be really sad. God, dog freaking me out, man. Like, things just don't, like, bounce off of you, like, you're not rubber. You're more of, a glue than anything. So, if that doesn't sound weird. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, and so I was kind of trying to call Crawford back in between, like, messages to, Ryan Stevens, and, I kept switching back and forth, kind of, and then eventually I just, like, had, like, Ryan Stevens sent me, like, a whole bunch of messages, and I was like, fuck, Crawford, I'm gonna have to call you back. He's like, alright. So I talked to Ryan Stevens, and I was trying to make sure that he wasn't gonna hurt himself, because that would have really sucked and really made me sad if he had done it. I was just trying to, like, convince him that his life wasn't as shitty as he found it to be at that moment, because breakups can be really fucking horrible, especially when they're done in a certain way, kind of like the way that his played out. It was a little bit unfair, and also, what the hell do you want, dog? Go away, shit. I don't even remember what I was saying. God, you're such a douchebag, Ginger. Okay, but yeah, I kind of just talked him through it a little bit, and helped him out, and then today, while I was at school, god dang it, like, everything happened okay. Ugh. This made me so freaking mad. I get to school today, and Sierra just, like, automatically points out her cuts to me. Like, she hurt herself. She fucking hurt herself. I was so pissed. And Sierra, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to just be mad at you right now, because I'm really mad. And I'm not, like, necessarily angry at you, but I'm angry at the fact that you couldn't come to me. And I know you're under stress, but, like, you could have come to me. Like, that's what I'm here for. I lay myself out there. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about with Kevin. That makes me so mad. I lay myself out there for people to come to me for anything they need, anything and everything. I will help them through everything I can. And they don't use me like I let them. And it's so painful, because I want so badly to help everybody. It's like... So anyways, I get there and she points them out to me. I didn't even see them. She pointed them out, and it's not like she was trying to hide them either, which really frustrated me even more. And I didn't look at them for the rest of the day. I didn't talk about them for the rest of the day. I didn't want to. Well, actually, I mentioned them to Marisol because I was really upset, and she was just kind of talking me through it. But that's it. So that was already stressing me out today. And then in English class, my last period of the day, Crawford's texting me, and he's telling me about this fight he got into, and I was like, oh, god damn it, Ryan Crawford. And then Ryan Stevens texts me, and he messages me, like, fucking a million messages at a time, and I'm like, God, I can't keep up with this. And then I was trying to, like, take a test for, like, my vocab words and stuff, and, so that was hard. I was trying to keep up with everyone's messages and everyone's drama, and I was already frustrated, and, like, the sub was kind of being weird and, like, freaking me out, and I don't know, or not, like, freaking me out, but, like, kind of just frustrating me, and so I was like, oh god, like, Ryan was, like, on the verge, Ryan Stevens was on the verge, and it was really upsetting, and, like, I started crying right there in English class, and I was like, please, nobody look up from your tests, like, please, everyone just keep concentrating on your tests. Luckily I was able to, like, I really didn't think anything that I was saying was helping him at all. I was like, God, I feel like he's already heard all this shit before, and, like, it's not gonna make any difference when I say it, but after I sent it, and it was only, like, a couple messages long, and after I sent it, he was like, wow, you're really good at this. And I was like, oh, thank God, and I started crying even more, like, oh, thank God, please, thank you, God, for protecting him and, like, giving me wisdom, and then Crawford was talking about, like, how he wanted to go look for the guy that got in a fight with him, and I was like, you're an idiot, that would be, like, the exact opposite of what you want, kind of thing, Oh, man, today was really tiring. And then, Kevin texted me again, and he was like, I said something, like, or I was like, how are you? He's like, does it matter? And I was like, does it not? He's like, no, he said, no, not really. I was like, well, it does to me, so, and he's like, shut up, you don't give a fuck. And I was like, what makes you say that? He's like, I don't know, I just want to fight. And I was like, what the fuck? And I asked him about it later on in the conversation. I was like, why did you want to fight, or why did you want to argue? And he's like, well, whenever I get angry, I start, like, fighting with my girlfriend for, like, no reason, and last time I really hurt her feelings. And I was like, okay, and in my head I was like, okay, Sunday you asked me if you wanted to cheat on your if I wanted to help you cheat on your girlfriend. So I really don't think that he cares about her feelings at all. He just wants her to stay with him until he's done with her. That's just my guess. So, but I was like, whatever, you can text me to argue with me whenever, I don't care. And I was like, what, I don't know where we even stand, like, what are we? Do you want to be fuck buddies again? Do you want to be friends? Do you want to be acquaintances? Are we just people that know each other? And he's like, we're friends. And I was like, alright, that's okay with me. Like, cool. And then our conversation stopped. God damn it. I can't believe it took me half an hour to describe to you guys my past couple days. Okay, my throat hurts and I have to pay really bad, so I'm gonna start going home. Well, thanks for listening to these videos tonight. What's today, Tuesday? Yeah, I'll see you guys Friday. Alright, good night, guys. Or good morning, or good afternoon, or whatever the fuck you guys are. Okay, bye!